You may have seen that the northern lights might be visible as far south as North Carolina this weekend. Now, for one thing, you need to have clear skies, and while that may be a challenge for us in Hampton Roads, let's go back inside. Let me show you what the northern light forecast is, and let's talk a little bit more about it. All right, so here's the latest. Now, when we look at the images from the Solar Dynamics Observatory, this is the past 48 hours, we're looking at the bottom part of the screen and the bottom part of the sun, too, and that's where there were a couple of explosions that happened, or basically CMEs, coronal mass ejections. Right there, you can see it, and that sends a bunch of charged particles from the sun to the Earth. They hit the Earth's magnetosphere, which is essentially the layer, kind of like the atmosphere is, around the Earth. That goes into Earth's magnetic field. Those charged particles race towards the poles, and then we can see the northern lights. Kind of a complicated thing, and that summarized it very, very quickly, but you get the idea. These charged particles come towards the Earth, and then they race down towards the poles, and then we see the northern lights. Northern lights for the north, or also for the south pole, they usually hang out near the poles. Rarely, if we get enough of those charged particles, those areas where we get to see the northern lights can expand more to the southern latitudes. So this is a big map here. Let's go through this. Overhead, the shows will be best for the states that are probably in the clear skies. Wisconsin, into Iowa, also into spots of parts of Michigan. The Dakotas, they're going to have a great show. You can see the clouds are overlaid on this graphic, but when we look towards Hampton Roads and we look towards our area with that view line going all the way down to the south, the view line essentially means that they're going to be visible on the horizon, possibly if the show is going to be as active as forecasted right now. So looking to the northern horizon would be the chance to see them. However, when we look closely, it does appear that there's a lot of clouds across our region, and that could block the show a little bit, or maybe totally. So the chances to see them are looking pretty slim right now if we have all these clouds, because remember, it's not just the clouds that are overhead, it's also the clouds that are far to the north, and those can block the northern lights too. But if they aren't a problem, the time to go out to look would be, I see right now, probably 9 p.m. to about 11 p.m. So it's moved a little bit earlier. Usually to see the northern lights, you want to go out in the middle of the night after 10 o'clock when the sky is as dark as it can be. But right now, the activity is going to hit the Earth right when our sun is setting. So we have to wait for the sky to get dark. 8 o'clock should be a good time for that to be. I'll be watching to see if there's any changes with that. Remember, it's extremely rare to see them here in Hampton Roads. This is going to be a big show and maybe a great show for the northern states. For us, if we have a chance to see them, why not take advantage of it? It shouldn't be too late. You'll want to look to the north. If you have a camera, set it up on a tripod, that will probably be able to capture them better than the naked eye. It's really hard to see it when you're not in the zone where it's overhead. It's almost impossible. But that's the latest that I'm seeing with the northern lights. Happy viewing and enjoy your Halloween weekend.